Hey guys, welcome back to Hot Wholesale. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was definitely an impromptu video, so a little wild today, but a lot of people have been asking me a couple questions on Instagram that keeps coming up over and over again. So a lot of people are asking me, how much do you pay your VA? Where did you get your VA? About outsourcing different types of tasks. And I just wanted to answer that really quickly on this Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm using Zoom to record this, so I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the methods that I use to find my VAs and how you can also find your own VAs. So, of course, you can use a VA agency. There's tons of wholesalers and companies that find VAs like this or however they find them and train them and get them to you. I will do like a disclaimer or like caveat. If you've never done a deal, I don't think there's really a point to get a VA because you're not going to be able to teach them how to close deals or get good leads, or how could you train someone if you don't know how to do it, right? But if you have closed some deals and you just need some help, need someone to call alongside you maybe, or maybe you're super busy with work, or now you're super busy with your leads and you need some help, then a VA would be helpful. If you're someone who works a 9 to 5 and you're looking for a VA to help you close your first deal, there's other routes that you can take that will be more effective for you. If you're too busy working at your job in the daytime to do cold calls, you can do SMS blasting and ringless voicemail. That way your leads are coming to you, and then you can check on them after work, call them, follow up. You can already be prepared with your maximum offer that you're able to do, so you can just go right in with, have a great conversation, make a friend, and try to close a deal. That would be my best suggestion if you've never closed a deal, because hiring a VA, you're just going to be wasting money, burning through leads, because even if they find a good lead, you probably aren't going to be able to close them. So again, sales skills, real estate knowledge, close some deals before you get a VA is my suggestion. But here's how you find one when you are ready for one. So start with Fiverr. Fiverr, Fiverr, is an awesome website. You can just type in real estate cold caller. A lot of these people are already trained. Here's the thing though, most of them will only make a certain amount of calls, but my suggestion is make a nice copy and paste message that you can message to all the VAs on all the platforms. So you could say, hey, my name's Jason. I'm a real estate investor. I need some help finding leads in my market. I'm looking for someone who can do this, and this. So depending on what your needs are is going to be different. I only use VAs for cold calling because you guys know this is like month 9 for me. So I'm still pretty new in this game and I'm doing everything by myself besides the cold calling. So I pull my own leads, I scrub my own data, I put it in the dialer, I do all my own analyzation for deals, close my own deals, etc. I do have a couple people that have started helping me close deals in the last couple months with acquisitions. So spending time with them, training them, making sure I keep training my cold caller VA. That's pretty much my daily tasks. It takes a lot of time communicating with the title company, communicating with buyers, like literally I wake up at 6 a.m. here on the West Coast, it's already 9 a.m. in Ohio, or I might wake up at 5:30 and I have like 7 missed calls. There's people asking about their properties, tenants asking about when's the showing gonna be, my boots on the ground, so there's just so much to do. You need help, you need a VA, you've closed deals. Okay, so on Fiverr, make a nice little copy and paste message. I'll show you guys kind of like my breakdown. So Fiverr, and then the other one is Upwork. So Upwork, you actually make a job posting. I expect 2 to 3 qualified leads a day. Speak English with minimal accent. So don't knock me for that. My sister was like, isn't that discrimination? But that's not what I'm trying to say. Like, they obviously are going to have an accent, but more so I put that there to just get the people who are most confident with their English, I guess you could say, because I don't want people applying to the job that barely learned how to speak English or can't speak English and communicate very well. So that's just kind of more like a deterrent. If they see that and they're like, oh yeah, I speak English, great, then they'll apply. And I think because this is like my 3rd Upwork ad, and the first couple ones, I had to interview so many people that weren't qualified at all. And this time I actually spoke with like 7 people and found one, which was great because before I was speaking to like 20, 25 people. So I think putting that in there for me helped. Definitely not discriminating. They can have a thick accent, but I just want more so the English confidence and speaking skills. You have to interview all these people. You might do 50 interviews before you find one person that seems qualified. Another thing is timeliness. When you interview these people, set an exact time for you guys to meet. And if they're late, that's going to give you kind of an idea of how they probably are going to act on the job. A lot of VAs also double dip. They might be calling for you and they might be calling for someone else at the same time, to the point where they have call tools up and phone burner up, and they're calling on call tools with their phone or however they're doing it, and they're just waiting for calls. That might ruin your business. So you definitely want to ask them, are you working for anyone else? If they are working for someone else, make sure that you're only getting them part-time for the time that they're free. I have a VA that I hired, and she works 4 hours for me, 4 hours for a different company. If she was ever available 8 hours, that would be amazing, and I would love to have her. But because she does have another client that she works for, I would rather have her full attention for those 4 hours. And you just have to ask, and hopefully they'll be honest with you. So Fiverr, you're going to see so many different people. You just message them your copy and paste message and keep it pushing. This same copy and paste message you can use for Facebook when I show you how to find VAs on there. Again, your VAs don't have to just be cold callers. They can pull your leads, they can scrub your data, they can skip trace for you. There's so many things that they can do. A lot of people say whatever you don't like to do, have them do. For me, that doesn't make sense. I'd rather just have them do lead generation because that's takes the most time. I'm not going to sit here and cold call for 6 hours while someone's pulling lists. That's something so easy that it'll take me an hour to pull my list, scrub my list, even like finding the perfect filters for my new list, getting it skip traced, putting it in my dialer, and then the VA can call it. So I say have your VA do whatever is the most time consuming for you to free up your time to do other stuff, like the other stuff I was just talking about. So Fiverr is source number 1, Upwork, source number 2, and you can tell them part-time, 20 hours a week. You can be given 45 hours, 40 hours a week. I do a probation period because I'm not just going to be just hiring someone full-time forever. After 2 weeks, we'll kind of reevaluate. And of course, if they don't have a lot of experience, you're going to need to train them. So it's not set it and forget it. It's a situation to where once you hire them, you're going to have to be listening to their calls, all of the calls. That if someone answers the phone, you have to think if they're calling 1,000 people a day and they have like 40 talks, and maybe 4 leads, right? Listen to as many of the talks as you can. Listen to all of the lead conversations, the full conversation, because you want to make sure that when they do have qualified leads, they're approaching them the right way, they're building rapport, and they're doing the things that you would do. You want your VA to be a reflection of you, and then that's going to take training and time. So that's why I've had like 2 successful VAs this whole time. And maybe that's a little slower than most people. Maybe some people are great at training, but I'm pretty new to the leadership space. I've never been people's boss before, so all this is pretty new to me. So training and everything is something that I'm working on getting better at. But so far, so good. They're bringing in leads and it's working. So another method, and this is the method that I use the most in the beginning, is Facebook. So all of these Facebook wholesaling groups, and there's so many. Wholesaling houses with PropStream, wholesaling houses full time, wholesaling houses for newbies. This one, Ground Zero. There's just there's just so many. Sorry, I'm just saying every second. But you go into these groups and search either VA or virtual assistant. Now, most of these people are going to be people with VA companies. So maybe they're finding VAs, training them, and then for $1 or $2 more than they're paying them, they will have you be one of their clients. So that's cool, depending on your budget. If your budget is $5 an hour, That's cool. I'm sure you can find a company that will give you a trained VA for $5 an hour. But if your budget is only $3 an hour, you're going to be pressed to find a company that's going to sell you a VA sell you VA services for $3 an hour, because that would mean that their VA is only making $2, or, so if you're going to use a company, you have to have a little bit more of a budget. That's okay. Another thing you can do is make your own post in all of these, and I mean all of the groups, because that's what I did. I probably posted in like 10 of the wholesaling groups. Another one is Wholesaling Houses Elite. And when you post in those groups, a lot of people will start DMing you. They won't even comment on the post. They'll message you directly and say, hey, I see you were looking for a VA. That's the actual direct VAs. The reason a lot of them are going to DM you is because they might work for some of these services and they can't really put it out there on the feed that everyone can see, because obviously their boss will see it, but they're looking to make more money than they're making at their current job. So if they're currently making $2.50 an hour or $3 an hour and your budget is $4 an hour, they're going to make more money with you. Or if they're only working part-time for $3 an hour and you can offer them full-time for $3 an hour, they're going to go to you. So make a post, see who DMs you, interview all those people. That's how I found mine. And then another thing is, in these comments, sometimes they do comment because they are individual VAs, So this is one of my favorite groups, Ground Zero, because it's like every single day they have so much information. So if you have a question, post it in here, because there's like thousands of people who are actively wholesaling that are on this group, and they'll answer your questions and help you. This is like one of my main resources. And this one too, full-time, is really good too. So in need of a virtual assistant, message me ASAP. So when you open that, you'll see a lot of people saying DM sent, I've sent you a message, and these are people from the Philippines. So you will be able to find VAs on Facebook very easily. Once you have your list of 20, 30 potential VAs and their phone numbers, take a full day and have conversations with all of them. And make sure you're setting appointment times. The time that you tell them to show up, if they don't show up on time, it's going to give you a pretty good idea of how they're going to be on the job. Tell them what the probation period is, your expectations, and give them a shot. Try not to pay anybody up front, or if you do, try to pay half up front and half once they complete the week. Because there are people, of course, it's the internet, who are going to scam you and who are just going to be trying to get money out of you and never actually do the services, or show up late, or burn through your leads. I've never paid anyone up front. The one time I did, it was for an actual VA service. And that was my first VA I ever had. They charged $6 an hour. It was quite expensive. So I only could afford part-time at the time. I had somebody calling part-time, but they were trained. And for me, it was perfect because I had never trained anyone, and it allowed me to see what a trained VA sounds like. So when I was able to get my own VA who was trained but wasn't really trained, I kind of knew more so how to operate. But again, when I began, I cold called by myself like 6 hours a day for the first couple months. And then I hired a VA to call alongside me, and I was still cold calling. I didn't stop cold calling till maybe like month 5 or 6, to where the VA was getting so many leads, and I was getting so many leads that I was so busy trying to talk to buyers all day and doing this and that all day. So it wasn't making any sense for me to be spending time lead generating. That's when I got another VA. And that's worked out really well for me. And I hope that it works out well for you. I really hope this video helps you guys find VAs, maybe free up some of your time during the day, or if you have a 9 to 5, important thing, if you do have a 9 to 5 and you've never closed a deal, I wouldn't even get a VA. I would just do ringless voicemail and text blasting. Again, do ringless voicemail. You can do that through REI Blackbook or Ringless or REI Rail. I use REI Blackbook. It's kind of expensive though, because it does a lot more than just that. But SMS blasting, the Smarter Contact, is really good, especially if you're just starting, because you can just get their level where you pay $99 a month. And I think it's like 0.03 cents per text. So that way, you're not spending too much, because some of the services like Lead Sherpa, you have to pay like $500 flat a month, which is really expensive. Even though you can text as many people as you can, that may not be what you need. You might just need to text 200 to 400 people a day. So I like the Smarter Contact because it allows you to do that. I did try Batch. I wasn't a fan, sorry. And I did try a couple others. I really wasn't a fan of anything besides Lead Sherpa and the Smarter Contact. The Smarter Contact definitely will help you save money if you're just starting out. So that is my suggestion. If your issue is that you work a 9 to 5 and you can't dial during the day and you've never closed a deal, then use text blasting, use ringless voicemail until you close some deals, and then look to get a VA, because then you can actually train them on how to pull qualified leads and you'll actually be speaking from experience. So that's pretty much my spiel. I really hope it helped. I'm sure there's lots of other ways you can find VAs. So if you know a better way, go ahead and comment it. Help other people out. That's what this is all about. Collaboration, communication. And if you guys have any tips for me on VA training or anything like that, I would love to hear them too, because this is definitely a space that I would love more help in always. So again, thank you guys for being here today. Like, share, subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. See you next time.